Hi all, this is Skate, and this is my video explaining the Blitz Fair and me throwing a huge chunk of gold at the game. So first things first, you can see I'm opening my boxes. And what I want to focus on here is letting you know that in the standard box, which you get 3 of per day, you will get 50 flags, which means you can accrue 150 flags per day from this standard container. So over 14 days you can make 2,100 flags from there. And then from there on out you have to rely on your missions and the resets to get flags. Now per mission reset you can accrue between 2,000 to 2,200 on average. And that's 2 times a day over 14 days. Provided you're in a position to do it twice a day anyway. But that will give you 61,600 flags on average. Combine that with your 2,100 from crates, and you, over the entire event, will get yourself 63,700 flags. It's an impressive figure. Until you look at this screen. Now, you can do these in any order you want, but once you've done all of these, you can then unlock that very last stage at the very end for only 360 flags. However, to get to that stage, you need 354,000 flags. Do you recall what the figure was you can actually accrue during this event from mission resets and from crates? Yep, it was 63,000. And you need 350,000. So if you want my personal recommendation, focus down the spare parts, because that's probably the only useful thing you're going to get in this, which you're guaranteed to get. You won't get flags in the big container and the huge container, so don't rely on them, and you get 50 from the standard containers. That's pretty much all it is to that in the game. It's very straightforward, but you can't do it without throwing gold at it. And then we're going to go have a look at the portal. Now the first bit you're going to come to is this auction. Just like last year, I personally have absolutely no interest in the auction, because that starting price on that Defender is 1,500 tickets. Yes, it does go down in price, but not to staggeringly low levels. If you wanted to snap that Defender up now, while it's an auction for 1,500 tickets, you are looking to pay 72,000 plus gold. In other words, in my currency, you're looking around £200 approximately. So that is personally the reason why I have absolutely no interest in that. What I want to look at, and what I'm about to throw a huge ton of money at on this video for you guys, and because I want a chieftain, is these boxes. Let me start by saying I hate this gambling system. I want the chieftain. If it was for sale for a high value and I could just buy it out, I'd buy it out. I have no shame in saying I support this game by buying premium tanks. It's a game I enjoy, it's a game I enjoy making videos about, thus I don't mind putting money in and supporting them. I don't expect it all for free. So I have no objections in spending money on this game. What I object to, personally, is this gambling approach. Because you could end up in a circumstance where you end up getting all the same tanks which you've got anyway, so you've just spent money on pretty much nothing because you've already got it. It's almost like I bought a KV5 several years ago. Would I buy it again if it came out in the store? No, of course I wouldn't. Nobody would. So why are you expected to in this event? If they had an event like this where you had a chance of getting parts for tanks which you don't have, and the system knew which tanks you did or didn't have, it would be so much better and more people would play because you're going to get things you don't have. What we're doing at the moment though is I'm converting what gold I have at the moment in my garage into tickets, and then we're going to go buy a load of basic 4 containers, the standard ticket containers, the 4, and then the 7 ticket elite containers. Now these containers, crates, loot boxes, pretty much, whatever you want to call them, chests, I'm going to buy 10 of these standard ones for 4 tickets each. Bearing in mind one ticket costs 50 gold each, so they're costing me 200 gold a time, and I got 10,000 credits from that one. It's a nice conversion for 200 gold, isn't it? Goody. Okay, that's the first one I've ever opened, though. Boosters. The colloquial term I use for that is boosters. 25 gold. Okay. I paid 200 gold for this crate and I got 25 gold back. More boosters. More boosters. 25 gold again. So 400 for 2 crates and I got 50 gold back in total so far. So for 8 tickets, I get 1 ticket back pretty much in that circumstance. More boosters again. We are accruing points at the same time for the super game, which I'm going to get onto that one in a minute, but we got 15,000 gold. No, 15,000 15,000 credits. I wouldn't mind if it was 15,000 gold. Okay, I'm going to turn the screen off at this point, go back to my garage, put more gold into my account, and then turn it back on. Okay, so I've just bought 6,800 gold again. And we're going to convert that, all of it, into tickets. And then we are going to try and purchase 10 of these super duper duper crates. Now, one thing I would like to point out quickly while we're doing this is the news article quite clearly states that the standard chest, which costs 4 tickets each, also contains an AMX CDC KV5, IS-2 Glacial, blah blah blah, lots of other nice tanks, which aren't in the boxes. So that news article is either lying or someone's screwed up. So don't read the news article and think you've got a chance at those tanks by getting the standard 4-ticket container. That's not true. Someone's done something they should not have, and that article really needs updating. But let's have a look what's in this big crate. Okay. What's that? T28 concept. So we've got 500 points towards a T28 concept. A tank I already have, not interested. Oh, and some boosters. Again, boosters is my colloquial term for boosters. Okay, so what we're getting from these crates is points towards certain tanks. Now, as you accrue points, once you get the bar full, you get the tank. So you won't get a tank out of here except something like an M3 Light or Tetrarch or something to that effect. So far, I'm getting credits and point towards tanks. Like I said, tanks I've already got. The only reason, and the sole reason I'm doing this, is for the super game progress points on the far right, because I want a chieftain. That's all I want from this event. Okay, what's that? AC Sentinel and more boosters. Let's have a look what our progress is like on that super game. Okay, we got 112 out of 153. So basically, what I found on average so far is I'm getting around 7. So I'm converting 1 ticket to 1 point for the booster game, or the super game, which puts me in with a chance of getting my chieftain, along with an M60 or 2,500 gold. I only care about the chieftain, though. If you watch my chieftain video, it's the first premium tank in a long time I've really wanted. Here's one thing you can do. If you don't want the progress points for tanks, then you can convert some of the points back into tickets. For every 500, you get 2 tickets back. So that's precisely what I'm doing at the moment. The thing with this, though, is you're converting 70 tickets, or 7 tickets, sorry, into 2 tickets, and you end up getting, as you can see right there, the same thing towards the same tanks. Now, in this circumstance, I would have had nothing so far. By recycling, there's a chance I'm going to get more tickets and put it towards more tanks. However, if I didn't recycle or put more gold into it, I wouldn't have had the tickets to get more to appear anyway. There's another AC Sentinel. So if I didn't recycle, is that enough to hit an AC Sentinel? No, not yet. But in that circumstance, I've basically spent 7 tickets so I could get the super game points. I got an AC Sentinel 500 points. I converted that for 2 tickets, and then I got more Sentinel points. So I'm going to go back and try the standard container for a couple more, and I'm checking my super game progress. I've got enough for 1 hit. Let's see if we can get enough for 2. 25 gold again. So far we've converted 600 gold into 75 gold and got some... No, I'm not going to play the super game yet. I want to wait and see if I can get 2 rolls on it. More boosters. So far the standard container's given me nothing but boosters, a bit of credits, and 75 gold. So they're useless as standard containers if you ask me. So I'm going to keep going with these super ones. I'm still averaging 7 of these super points per crate. More tokens towards tanks. Okay, at this point now, if I didn't recycle, I would have got an AC Sentinel. It's a tank I've already got. IS-2, how many have we got for the IS-2? We've got 3. 2 or 3 for the IS-2. Oh, okay. I've just unlocked the Sentinel. Now, that's a bad thing, because I can't recycle those tickets now. I don't think, anyway. And as I've already got that tank, I'm just going to get a load of credits in my garage for it. And this is the thing, if you've got these tanks, you end up just spending gold to get a poor exchange conversion for credits. I didn't mean to zoom in then. It was like a what? Okay, I'm going to convert all these back. Now, bearing in mind, anything I get from here on out, I would not have got if I didn't convert these tickets back. Well, sorry, these points and progress towards these tanks I already have back into tickets. That's key, because I'm halfway, or I was halfway to some of these tanks then. If I keep going now and I get the other half, I wouldn't have got this other half without recycling and getting rid of those anyway. Which is why it's a vicious cycle. There's another Glacial. Now, I didn't have enough for the Glacial, but I think if I recycled like I did then, that would have been enough to get me a Glacial. But I wouldn't have been able to do that if, well, I didn't recycle them and get more tickets. So it technically wasn't enough anyway. So far, nothing I'm wanting. If you don't have any of these premium tanks whatsoever, you might get lucky and you might be able to get a couple of these tanks by putting some gold into it. But if you have half or more, it then becomes a very big gamble on a lot of money. So I genuinely think this is only going to be something which is super beneficial for newer players. Anyone who's just looking for these new tanks like the Chieftain or the Type 64. Oh, we've got enough... Oh, look at that. We're missing 3 to roll it twice. And I don't have enough tickets left to get either. So let's play the game and roll it. And what are we going to get? Come on, give me a Chieftain. No. I've already got that tank. I only bought it last month. But we don't even get the tank. That's basically a third of the way towards the tank. Right, I'm going to recycle those into tickets. And by recycling, that's going to give me enough to get more points towards the super game, which gives me another roll. Again, without recycling those points, I wouldn't have had enough to roll. And that's pretty much what you're doing, is you're recycling to roll again. You're recycling to roll again. I wouldn't mind the RAM. I sold my RAM, but we'll see. Okay. Once I've used these tickets now, again, AC Sentinel, Glacial. Right, these are re-rolled tickets, remember? But I think if I didn't re-roll, no, I wouldn't have had enough. By re-rolling, technically, looks like you've got enough, but you don't. My god, this is an arduous task, and it's very addictive to a degree, because you want to get as many as you can to go for the super game. Come on, give me a Chieftain. I just had that prize. Okay, so that tank is 12,000 of those points, or blueprints. I have had that twice, so I was 2/3 of the way to that tank. It's a tank I've already got, don't want it, so I'm going to recycle those again. But again, to point out, if I didn't recycle those tickets from the first 4,000 points I got towards that last tank from the super game, I wouldn't have been able to have enough to re-roll the super game to get the second load. Okay, so again, I'm going to recycle these tickets. And you're purely recycling over and over because you're trying to earn points to play the super game. Because that's what we want. We want what is in that super game. Yes, there's probably a couple of premiums, but actually I say yes. For me, there's no premiums in this game which I want except for the ones in the Super Game, which is the case for a lot of people, which is why they're in the Super Game. For those who don't have any of these tanks, like I said, you're going to get one of them, you'll be happy. If you don't, or you have half, well, it's just going to... I'm already getting frustrated. Okay, I've just cut that bit of the video out, and I've gone back to my garage, and I've just put another 6,800 gold into the game. This adds a completely new meaning to the term going for gold. I will say one thing, this is a game, this is meant to be fun, and this is just... it's stressing me out. Okay, this is a skip forward in time. I've just spent the last 10 minutes opening these legendary crates and getting the same stuff over and over and over again. I did not see the point in sharing that same thing over and over again, because I can't imagine any of you want to watch me just opening the same thing over and over. This video will be well over 50 minutes long, so I've cut that chunk out. And you'll see I'm restarting the video at this point when we are at a stage where we can play the Super Game. So far, I have earned 2/3 of the way towards a German light tank. Third time round. I'm gonna lose my cool. Right. That's pretty much the German light tank. However, I've already got that tank, and the second set of points I got for it, I wouldn't have got without recycling my points from the first bunch. And this is where it gets addictive, because I am now 127 points out of 153 from rolling that Super Game a fourth time. So because you're so close, you naturally go, well, I haven't got enough tickets, so I'll just throw a little bit more money in. Or you check the progress for tanks you've already got, and you recycle those points towards those tanks back into tickets. And that is a horribly vicious cycle. And there we go. By recycling those other points earlier, opening the crates some more, we have just enough to go for a Super Game again. And I'm not feeling hopeful after the last three, and I think it's too much of a coincidence to get blueprints towards the same tank out of the Super Game 3 times in a row. That can't be luck, can it? Well, it's not luck anyway, because I've already got the damn thing. But, come on, that's a big old coincidence. Three rolls in a row. If I get the same thing again, then, well, that's ridiculous. But let's go Super Game number 4. There you go. 50,000 spare parts. And I've got 14 out of 153 towards another Super Game. I'm not going to endure you through another load of opening crates, so I'm going to cut this next part. In the time frame of video I just cut, I have put another 3,200 gold into the game, and I will restart the video at a point where we are going for Super Game number 5. Really want to do, like, welcome to the Super Game. Come on. Get the hell out. Is this really happening to me? Yeah, it is, isn't it? I don't need that. I don't. I've just cut the last chunk of video now because this is just... I wouldn't... Okay, do you want to see what I've got from all that? I got myself an AC-1 Sentinel. I got 2 million, maybe 3 million credits. Bear in mind, look, I've already got an AC-1 Sentinel there anyway. Hang on, let's just get these friend requests out of the way. Accept. So yeah, let's have a look what we've got. This is what I accrued during the event. I used all my boosters prior to make sure it was pretty much on 0. And yeah, I've basically got the credits from an AC-1 Sentinel, which equates to, I've got like what, 3 million credits from that. No, 2.3 I think it is. 2.3 million credits. An awful lot of boosters. I mean, like, congratulations, you've won a life supply of boosters. Yeah, I've hit that stage, guys. And I won, which I believe it was parts I cut out. Let me check my bit of paper which I wrote down. I won 2 M3 lights, which I've already got. So again, if I look at this, I spent a total of 21,596 gold. I have walked away with boosters and 2.3 million credits. That's it. Genuinely, that's it. Oh, sorry, no. And 50,000 spare parts. What do I say to that? What wording do I put to that? I'm a man who likes to talk. I ramble like hell. What am I expected to say to that? Yay, thanks. Merry Christmas to you too. As I mentioned at the start, I'm pleased that I can support a game which I enjoy playing so much. I have no shame in that. This, though, this is on a whole new level. So yeah, that is a disappointed and bemused Skate signing out. Thanks for watching, guys.